I had Maricel when I was 29. And we've just been the two of us growing up forever. We lived here since she was 3 years old. So, yeah, loads of memories. My favourite memories is things like Christmas, you know, when you're all halfway in a huge bag, where, you know, still looking for the presents. And always keeping some presents for the next day. Because otherwise she'd always get very disappointed that it was like, oh, you know, the bag does come to an end at some point. I mean, there's all paper everywhere. So I'd always keep some Boxing Day presents to elongate the fun for her and the excitement, because she does love that. It's so weird because it just, the emotion is still within you, and this is 5 years ago. The actual parting was quite quick, because I think from Maricel's point of view, she didn't want to get upset, and if we'd hugged and took our time over the long goodbye, then we would both get even more upset. And I remember pulling up, and there was various other cars, all stuffed to the rafters as well. And it was sort of such a busy time of getting everything in the room, and then there's this delaying tactic that you don't even know that you're doing, because you're then helping unpack. Let's put this in the bathroom. Right, oh look, this is for the kitchen, let's take this into the kitchen. And you don't even know until the other parents start to leave. And then it comes a point where it's like, yeah, I think you better sort of go now, Mum. And it's like, yeah, in a minute, okay, we'll just do this, It's like, Mum. It's like, okay. I remember sort of reversing, and she stood at the window. And I thought, oh my God, this is hard. And I got in, and it's like, oh my God, it's so quiet. And I went upstairs, and I laid on a bed and took her 2 teddies and cried my eyes out. She was just 18, and she had actually left home. She's going to uni, she's going to have an awesome sort of time there, grow up, maybe meet lifelong friends, because they say you meet lifelong friends at university, and she wasn't coming back. I really felt cheated out of having her a bit longer in my life, you know, together in our house, in our home. But as soon as you start going there, you're not helping yourself, and also you may then transfer that on to your daughter. I've never felt not in total control of my emotions. And I think that's why I started to look for other things to do, so that I wasn't coming back to an empty house. That's the thing, is coming into an empty house. You sort of reassess what you've got in your life, like, well, I've got work, and then you think, okay, and I've got the gym, and then you think, well, that's a bit one-dimensional. That's not really. So I think it makes you look to see what is missing and what other things you could perhaps do. And that didn't perhaps happen until the mothering role was diluted or taken away, and then you're left with what you had when you were 29, and you haven't, as a person, perhaps grown in any other way other than motherhood. And suddenly, you know, you're looking to layer and build and grow again, which is like, okay, now I've got the time to do it. Now, how do I want to grow? What do I want to do? You know, you hear people saying, oh, I've got a bucket list. And you think, oh, God, I'm going to skydive. And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm not skydiving. But there should be things that you want to achieve, or you want to do, or you want to experience. And that's figuring out what you want, who you are, what you want to do, and can you do it, and what have you. So yeah, I suppose a bit more self-exploration and growth. The uni experience wasn't even discussed when I was at school in the early 80s. I didn't stay on to sixth form or anything like that, but it wasn't even talked about. It wasn't an option for me, so I was glad she was getting that, and she'd worked hard enough to get that. So I was pleased for her, but I didn't realise she wasn't coming back.